Blades! Welcome to this match preview. Sheffield United versus Everton, a Saturday 12:30 p.m. kickoff at Bramall Lane. A sticky time for the Toffees. It's a lazy, cliched line that people throw out, and I would just like to say, I hate that line, and I hate toffee. I always have. It is hugely overrated, sticks to your teeth. In fact, I once took out a baby tooth from my gums on its destructive path from the throatal area to the esophagus. That was 50p I needed from the tooth fairy. So naturally, when one has such a checkered past with toffee, as I do, you don't warm to the caramelized sugar confection. Also, you shouldn't warm shop-bought toffee. A lesson I learned the hard way, and I still have the oven-based battle scars to prove it. Our last match, the less said about the better. Sheffield United versus Lincoln City in the League Cup. So that's all I'll say about it. Preceded by Sheffield United 1, Manchester City 2 in the league. I think fair to say a good effort, even though it did end in defeat. Ben Osborne came in like a wrecking ball until he wrecked his ball and socket joint, or his calf, or his groin, or his hamstring. Or it doesn't even matter anymore. They won't recover in an acceptable time frame. Kyle Walker owes United a new electronic advertising hoarding. He could perhaps use some of the hardware from the back of Erling Haaland's cyborg frame. Haaland celebrated scoring against United with a former professional boxer. I haven't seen forearms like that since Vishnu. The Welsh wizard, Rodri, broke Blades' hearts with an 88th minute thriker into the top bins. That after 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗶𝗲 had scored, which brought the house down. A cheer so loud, local scientists claimed it could be heard from hazardous marshlands, rubbish tips, dumping grounds, nearby abandoned warehouses, and one area left in a worse state of disrepair than all of those, Hillsborough Stadium. Let's talk about Blades' team news. I'll also give you some thoughts on the predicted lineup. We've got to start with that man. 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗶𝗲 was back against City, coming on, and has now scored as a sub in his first Premier League appearance and this season in his first appearance in the Premier League. So those goals came when he was on for just 9 minutes against Brighton and 14 minutes against Manchester City. Bogle also started against Lincoln City in midweek, which possibly suggests George Baldock starts against Everton at right wing back. It remains to be seen. Interesting to note, in the Premier League, Sheffield United have faced the most shots against, 23 on average per game. Of course, that is boosted by the amount of shots that Manchester City had against us, but that still needs to end, and it needs to end this weekend. And I think the side that 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗶𝗲 picks will be largely around nullifying that. We know that Max Lowe is out after falling on a sprinkler, and he wasn't able to shake it off despite trying and playing a few games. John Fleck is out after a nasty one in pre-season against Girona. Ben Osborne was injured after just 17 minutes, as we've already spoken about, against City. As the Blades' game-by-game injury curse continues. Reece Norrington-Davis, we know, is out. Brewster is out. We saw against Lincoln City that Louis Marsh, the youngster, can do a few bits, as the kids say, although looks a way away from controlling the game on his own, and I do think he'll get there. Really exciting talent. 𝗍𝗶𝗍𝗶𝗲 impressed me briefly. He's an option at left wing-back if needed. Luke Thomas, on loan, could really push 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 there. He might just need minutes to get up to speed, as he's not played for Leicester City all season. 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗶𝗲 has said, Luke's come into play. He's going to be involved at the weekend. His willingness and desire to come and play for us was a big thing. Knows the league, good quality, sharp. So when he says he's going to be involved in the weekend, we don't know if that's from the start or just getting some minutes in this game. That remains to be seen. 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗶𝗲𝗏 was fit enough for the bench against Manchester City and started in midweek, but possibly shouldn't have. Cameron Archer also got his debut at Bramall Lane out of the way and could be considered. So what will the side be for Everton? It's a crucial fixture that United simply have to pick up points in. Let me know your starting 11 in the comments. What do we think? Wes in goal, Baldock, Anel, Egan, who's been named in the Republic of Ireland squad to face France and the Netherlands for Euro 2024 qualifiers next month. Jackie Robinson at left centre-back, who's played pretty well, and no, I'm not putting too much blame on him getting beaten at the far post by Haaland. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, or maybe Bogle. He could play at left wing back. He's done it before. Perhaps Baldock. Or Thomas, the new season-long loan signing from Leicester. Hamer Didn't feature against Lincoln as he was cup-tied, having played for Coventry City against Wimbledon in the EFL Cup first round. Almost certain that he will play. Norwood could play again. He was one of a few to come out of the cup set with any credit, and he's United's Premier League appearance record holder now with 73. One more than Carl Bradshaw. Bulldog hot on his heels to break that record. Sousa should start after he was rested in midweek. And there's also Anis Ben Slimani to come back in. Slimani is actually going to miss an international call-up following his injury recovery. The Tunisian national team manager believes Slimani recovering at Sheffield United will be more beneficial to him. 𝗜ጵ𝗿𝗱𝗶𝗲 has stated the plan was to give Anis some minutes against Lincoln. Doesn't always go to plan, end quote. No, it certainly doesn't. Tom Davies is an option. 𝗜cky said he's in a position where he's going to need minutes, but we need to get him in a position where he's ready for those minutes. He's just about had his pre-season, and we have to make sure his body is ready to cope with the demands. We're meant to see whether he's going to be involved. Traore, Archer, Asula, when we're talking about strikers. McBurney could be involved at some stage, I fancy, and could even start over Traore. We'll see what 𝗜cky goes with. He has said about Ollie, will be a stretch for 90, but in contention to start now. He'll be fine training and ready to go. Your first 11 is welcome in the comments, as always. Also, welcome this season. Very proud to announce we are sponsored by Greene King Sport, where football is more than a game. Greene King Sport venues are showing every single televised Sheffield United fixture over this season, and with more than 900 sports pubs across the United Kingdom, doesn't matter whether you're based in Sheffield or Southampton, you can catch every single minute of the action. Keep an eye out during the season for events, offers, content, and competition that puts you closer to the action. Let's talk away team news. Everton have faced the third lowest amount of shots against them this season and the third highest expected goals per shot in the league. They're not seemingly allowing a lot of shots against them, but the ones they are allowing are proving telling, and they're struggling to score or be creative at the other end. They have added a striker to try and assist with that in the form of Beto from Udinese in Serie A, who scored on his debut in a 2-1 away win at Doncaster Rovers in the League Cup in midweek to set up an away tie, an all-Premier League affair with Aston Villa in the next round. Some teams have decided to focus on the league, actually. Who do we know that's out? McNeil, Iwobi, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Mykolenko. Will Michael Keane get a look in? Didn't impress against Doncaster. Possibly. Chermiti started against Doncaster at centre-back. That could mean the big lad, and he is a big lad, could be involved in this one. Also played 30 minutes against Wolves. And they're likely to go with a starting lineup, which will be a 4-2-3-1. We know Pickford in goal. The right-back Patterson, very much out of form. Could the midfielder Garner play there? He has before, and he's played well, but then, of course, you lose him in midfield. Tarkowski, Braithwaite, and Young should complete the back line. That is, yes, Ashley Young, playing like a 20-year-old. I remember at Watford when he was an attacking right winger. Now, playing really well at left back. Don't think that he's going to be the weak link that you can necessarily get at. Guy, Onana, deeper in midfield. Doucouré, a lot of running required from him. Danjuma, who's been apparently patchy form. Dobbin, and that new man, Beto, I think, up top. And I think he as well could cause a lot of problems. Let's look at the opposition view from, created by Roy's View. Go to roysviewfrom.com. Everton usually a fair bunch. 3 points nailed on. Maybe I should have read that comment before I said that. They just signed Cameron Archer, who will cause us problems. I think Archer will do all right for them. They'll definitely be looking at this game and thinking it's a good chance to get 3 points, much like we are. Another fan has said, beware of the long throw. They know about Jackie. Jackie. Let's look at another comment from an Everton fan. The last 2 home games, we had a combined 46 attempts at goal. I'm not convinced 20 will be enough. Beto to prove he can do it in the Prem and continue his road to cult hero status. He's played 1 game, but there you go. You always get a bit of a mix from away fans. Interesting comments there. Thanks, as always, to Roy. Just a selection. Read the rest of them at roysviewfrom.com. We'll look at the referee now. This section brought to you by the virtual band 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗏, who have many members who are Blades. You can grab their songs wherever you listen to music. There's even songs in there about Sheffield. Thursday afternoon, the songs, one that I really like, Living Large at 70, both about grandparents. Just really good mix of songs. Quite funny, some of them as well. 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗏.com for more. So the referee for Sheffield United versus Everton is Andy Madley from Huddersfield. Last season, he took charge of 34 games, issuing 120 yellows, 5 reds, 3 of which were second yellows, and he only gave 6 penalties. He last refereed our 2-0 loss in the FA Cup at Chelsea, 21st of March 2021. Before that, it was the Blades' 1-0 win at home to Newcastle. I remember that one well, 12th of January 2021. Prior to that, he was the man in the middle for our away defeat, 3-0 at Southampton, 29th of December 2020. Let's look at player connections. Who can you think of that has played for Sheffield United and Everton? I'll give you a clue. There are a lot of them. And also, get in the bath. Don't want to look here. Don Hutchison, Mitch Ward, Paul Gerrard, Carl Tyler. Managerial connection, we could say Howard Kendall, Earl Barrett. Shall I throw a Graham Stewart in the mix? Why not? Who can you think of? There's loads left. Also, a big shout out to our members. If you'd like to support us, click join as you watch on YouTube. Really is appreciated. Thank you, all of you members. Help keeping the lights on here at Sheff United Way Towers. Let's talk about score prediction. Want to know yours in the comments. Sheffield United's last 6 Premier League games all ended with a 1-goal margin. What will happen on Saturday? More score predictions to come. Pop yours in the comments below. Also check out our score predictions every single week right here on Sheff United Way. The last 4 Sheffield United versus Everton fixtures have been won by the away side. The last 3 all being 1-0. Sheffield United have gone, wait for it, 27 Premier League games without a draw. The last, sensationally, was at Brighton when 𝗍𝗿𝗏𝗏 scored. This one is so vital for United. I think we have to win, and I believe we will. 1-0 Blades, Ollie McBurnie, the hero. As I've said, let me know your score prediction in the comments. Also, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. It's absolutely free. Check out as well our award-winning audio podcast wherever you get podcasts. And thank you very much for watching.